When writing a fairy tale, we have to think about three things: the characters, the settings, and the plot of the story. There are two main characters to think about: the hero and the villain, or the protagonist and the antagonist. Do you want to have a go? Can you say protagonist? Can you say antagonist? Well done. The hero is the good person and the villain is the bad person. The villain usually wants to hurt the hero or another character, or maybe even all the characters in the story. Can you think of your two characters? Who will be your villain and who will be your hero? I'll give you some time to think of their names. The next thing you have to consider is what your characters will look like, or their appearance. Now, we have to think of what our hero will look like. Can you think of any wow words to describe your hero? I could think of some. How about sweet or handsome, beautiful or kind, strong or caring, loving, humble, and brave? Can you list me 3 wow words to describe your hero? What wow words can you use to describe your villain? I've got some about mean and horrible, selfish and angry, boastful, bossy, impatient and cruel. What part of the story will your characters play? Will your hero want world peace? Will your villain want power? Now, let's look at the settings. The settings is where your story takes place. We have to think about the time and the place where your story was set. Will your story be set in the past, the present, or the future? Will it be based in the castle, a house, in the woods, or in space? Can you think of any wow words you can use to describe your settings based on the period of time you have chosen? Now, we have to think about the plot. Remember our characters, the hero and the villain? They need a background story. This is called exposition. For example, we learn that in The Princess and the Frog, Tiana and her father loved to cook, and she dreamed of opening her own restaurant one day. That is Tiana's exposition. That is her background story. After that, we have to think about the conflict. The conflict occurs when a hero and a villain go against each other, like Dr. Facilier and Prince Naveen have to fight for the prince's wealth. Then we have the climax. Now that's the most exciting part of the story. The climax is when the conflict of the plot is resolved. So we learn that Prince Naveen and Princess Tiana meet Mama Odie. And Mama Odie tells them that they have to kiss a real princess so that they can turn back to human. Last but not least, the resolution. The resolution is the end of the story, where we learn what happens to the characters after the conflict. Can you remember what happens to our characters at the end of the conflict? That's right! Princess Tiana and Prince Naveen get married. When they get married, they then open Tiana's restaurant and they live happily ever after. Well done! You've made your first steps to writing your fairy tale. What else do you think we need? Discuss with your partner the elements of a narrative.